vegetables today. Grilling is really not just for meats. Vegetables are also really great grilled because the high temperature of a grill draws out the natural sugars of vegetables, caramelizes them, and gives them a lot of extra taste. So really, you actually don't need to do much to vegetables in order to get them to taste really good on the grill. I like to use the vinaigrette because it just adds a little bit of extra tartness and sweetness. Today, I've made a balsamic vinaigrette, which is some balsamic vinegar, some olive oil, salt and pepper. One tip that I have is to make sure to chop your vegetables to the right size. You don't want the vegetables to be chopped up too small because then they'll just fall through the grates and you'll spend too much time flipping them back and forth. With some vegetables that take a little bit longer to cook, like zucchini or eggplant, I like to score them to make sure all that flavor seeps in and that they cook a little bit faster. I'm gonna go ahead and glaze the vegetables with this balsamic vinaigrette. A little bit of salt and pepper on them as well, of course. One more tip with vegetables, you want to start them on high heat, so right over the flame, direct heat. So we get that charring and the caramelization effect. And then if they're going to take a long time to cook, you want to move them over to indirect heat. So you want to either move them to a lower flame or a part of the grill that doesn't even have a flame on and close the cover, and that basically will just end up cooking the vegetables if they take a little bit longer to cook. I've gone ahead and preheated the grill. The grates have been cleaned and oiled. So these two burners I have at really high heat. I'm going to put the vegetables on those burners first, right on the direct flame, get them charred up, and then I'll move them over to this burner where it's a little bit lower heat and they'll finish cooking here so they don't burn. I've got my first batch of veggies on. They're on high heat. I'm going to go ahead and baste up that other side with the balsamic vinaigrette. I'm going to give these about 2 to 3 minutes to sear on this side, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip them over and let them sear for about 2-3 minutes on the other side, and then we will move them over to the lower heat to finish up cooking, and then move our next set of veggies over onto the high heat. Even grass grills have different hot spots. It's one of those things where you need to get to know your grill a little bit. I know for my grill it tends to be a lot hotter in the back and not as much in the front. So just play around with moving things around and figuring out what temperatures is best for your grill. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and move the red peppers off. Red peppers don't need a lot of cooking. And then I'm going to move the zucchini over to this less hot area. I'm going to move the eggplant on. Get some bread on there too. And now I'm going to go ahead actually and close this and let the eggplant sear up and start cooking up for like 2 minutes or so, and then I'll open it up and flip it back over. In about 5 minutes, our eggplant is grilled up. I'm going to go ahead and open this cover. And you can just basically tell if the eggplant is done just by kind of poking at it. If it's nice, if it's tender and soft inside, it's ready to go. So we can go ahead and move it off the grill. Our grilled vegetables are done. They look beautiful and they look so tasty and they just smell so good. The extra balsamic vinaigrette we put on them is going to just lend some little bit extra sweetness and tartness, and of course we've got those really pretty char marks, so the vegetables have also caramelized. You can eat these in so many different ways. This will be great for summer barbecue, clearly just to serve to guests, but also for a really healthy weeknight dinner. I like to put them on the bread that we toasted up, just kind of as an open-faced sandwich. You can slather up some sauces on there and you've got yourself a really delicious, healthy dinner. So remember that grilling is not just for meats, vegetables are great grilled too, and I hope you grill a lot of vegetables this summer.